Many of the problems in lessons 20 and 21 just require you to enter your problem into your calculator. First of all, if you do not see what's called a root in front of your radical sign, then that's understood to be square root. So for this first problem, you can just enter this in your calculator and get -11. Same thing here with this third example, the square root of 291.3. You can just put that in your calculator and round your answer if necessary. So if we had to round this to the hundredths place, that would be roughly 17.07. And same thing with this problem. Just put it in your calculator, 253.117. Second button, and then find your square root key. And that would be roughly 15.91. So those questions aren't really hard to do. You just have to put them in your calculator. Same thing with this problem. Follow order of operations. Square -15, that will give you 225. And then when you take the square root of that, it gives you 15 back. So anything with a square root is pretty easy to evaluate. What if your root was something other than root 2? Like this example in front. Let me go over a property that will help you evaluate such radicals other than root 2. You can change something from radical form into what's called rational exponent form, where b is the root, a is the inside exponent, here understood to be 1, and you can rewrite this as x raised to the a over b power. So for this particular example, we can rewrite it before we put it in our calculators as -125 raised to the 1/3 power. Now your exponent key, depending on the brand calculator you have, may look like a rooftop or something like y to the x power. Mine is x to the y power. So let me put parentheses, -125, then close the parentheses, hit my exponent button, and then to enter our fractional exponent, I'll hit parentheses again and just type 1 divided by 3 and mash equal. So our final answer there is just -5. Let's look at this next problem. 6th root of this large number. We can rewrite that as 15,625. There is no exponent with the number inside, but that's understood to be 1. So we can raise this to the 1/6 power. All right, let's enter that in our calculator. 15,625. Then exponent key, parentheses, and then 1 divided by 6. Close your parentheses out and hit equal. Let's look at a third example. This one right here. Find a decimal approximation for the radical. Rewrite it with a fractional or rational exponent. So that would be 45.7 raised to the 1/5 power. And just put that in your calculator. Parentheses 1 divided by 5. And mash equal. And if we were rounding to the hundredths place, that would be roughly 2.15. Let's look at some examples that are already in rational exponent form. These four over here. You would just enter these in your calculator like we did the previous problems. So let's look at 81 to the 3/4 power. And just plug that in your calculator. So we have 81. Then our exponent key. Then to enter the fraction, open your parentheses, and then do 3 divided by 4. Close out your parentheses before you hit equal. And we got our answer, 27. If you are using the calculator on your cell phone, turn your cell phone sideways so you can get all of the extra buttons. Now, this problem is to the negative exponent power. I would first change this to a positive exponent by doing reciprocals. This is understood to be 81 and negative 5/4 over 1. If you want to change this from a negative to a positive exponent, the negative 5/4 will go to the denominator. And then you put 81 and 5/4, 81 raised to the 5/4 power in your calculator. So our final answer is 1 over 243. I will make another video to finish up lessons 20 and 21.